This is part 2 of things you need to know if you are a new immigrant into the United States. Hi guys, I hope you enjoyed my first video. The first video we talked about if you're new, the expectations when you get your paycheck, if you get employed, the deductions from the paycheck, how to do your taxes, the importance of filing your taxes, and the tax deductions. And then we talked about how to establish credit while you're still new. So today we'll talk about how to protect that credit that you established. America thrives on credit. So credit is very important. Credit is better than cash here. If you have good credit, you have more purchasing power than somebody who has loads of cash in the bank. As a matter of fact, people will deny you a loan even if you have so much money in the account, and they will give somebody who has high credit scores and good credit history the loan. Well, they will deny you and they will give the person who has good credit a loan. That's to say that credit is very important and you need to protect it. So what are some of the ways that you can protect your credit that you have built? So let's say, for example, you already did the secured credit card that we talked about, or a secured loan. You already got a credit card with maybe a gas station, or a department store, or one of these like simple credit cards. Not the major ones, because the major ones will not extend you credit until you have some kind of credit history. And the way you build your credit history is by paying your bills on time and then having multiple different kinds of credits. Like, for example, a small loan here, a credit card from the gas station, a credit card from the department store. You can start there. Or even the phone. The phone company sometimes will report that if you got the phone on loan, which a lot of people get their phones. Ukiona hizi ma iPhones, if you see all these iPhones, it's not like people are buying them cash. Yes, some of them are, but for the most percentage of people, they get their phones on credit. And most of the time, those companies report the payment history to the credit bureau, so that helps you build your credit. Ways that you can protect that credit. Number one, do not co-sign loans with people you don't trust. And initially when you first come, who do you even trust? Who do you even trust? Even your host. Maybe your host has, and this is not just throwing shade on the host, I'm just using this as an example. So maybe let's say your host has bad credit, but because you don't have an understanding of how credit works, you don't even pay attention to find out how their credit is, and they're asking you to co-sign for them a loan, maybe to buy a car, or maybe for whatever reason they're like, oh, since your credit is good, maybe it's 700, can you help me get this loan? And because they don't have good money management skills, you get entangled in their money problems. Because once you co-sign that loan, it becomes part of your loan. If he's not able to pay, he or she's not able to pay, they'll come for you. So you don't want to start your life like that. You want to protect that credit. Do not co-sign loans for people without getting like full understanding of how those people are. Because there's a reason why they're asking for a co-signer. If they had good credit and good income, they would not need a co-signer. There's a reason. Ask yourself questions before you start signing on that dotted line. All right. Another way you can protect your credit, and we talked about this before, is by making payments on time. Making payments on time, showing a good payment history. That's one of the biggest, strongest ways to protect your credit and make it stronger and make it grow, and so it can help you in the future when you're trying to make big purchases, like maybe renting an apartment or even buying a house or buying a car or something like that. All right. Or even borrowing money maybe to do projects at home, something like that. The other way that you can protect your credit is not borrowing more than you need. So just look at your expenses, look at your needs, look at where you want to go as far as credit is concerned, and don't borrow more than you need, because when you do that, you're going to see that you have all this money, because it's very tempting. It's very tempting, and it's very easy to go down that road of, oh, I have this money now. Let's say, for example, a credit card company extends $5,000 to you because now you have a good 1 year, 2 years of credit payment history very good, and so they are willing to extend all this money to you. And kumbe, you're thinking, I have all this money. That money is not yours. That money is not yours. You're going to pay it back, and even if they have maybe a grace period of a year of 0% interest, later on it will come to accrue interest. The credit interest rates will kick in, and those interest rates are high. They are in the 29.99% tuko juu. So beware when you're borrowing money, or when you're applying for these credit cards, or when people are offering you these credit cards in the mail. It's okay to say no. You don't have to accept everything that comes in the mail. You don't have to. You can shred them. You just use responsibly. Use credit cards responsibly. When you make a purchase, make sure you pay it back. And that continues to build. Like I said, the more you pay on time, the more other people see your credit history and your credit report, and then they start sending you these letters saying you have been pre-qualified for this amount of money. Yodosi yako, that money is not yours. You have been lent that money. So treat it as if it's a loan, because it is a loan. Na iko na very, very high interest rates. There's a reason why they offer you this money, because they know you're going to assume this money is yours, and you're going to spend more than you need, and you're going to be caught up. You're not going to make payments on time, and you're going to make minimum payments, and eventually you're going to pay so much more money than you borrowed. Okay, so protect the credit that you have so that it can continue to serve you right when you are in America, because credit is more valuable than cash. Don't play with your credit. The other thing that you can do to protect your credit is to check your credit report annually. You can do that annually for free. You can go to www.annualcreditreport.com and just put in your details, and they will check your credit. They will give you like 3 credit bureaus. They will run your report, and they will give you, because you want to check to make sure that all the information is correct. You want to make sure that your personal information, the credit cards that are applying, coming up there, the credit that you've borrowed, if it's a loan, if it's credit cards, you want to make sure that it's correct and there's no identity theft or anything like that, or somebody has not applied for a credit card in your name, or applied for a loan in your name, and kumbe you're oblivious of what's going on. So every year, make sure you're checking your credit report to make sure that it's accurate. If it's not accurate, you can dispute those things, and they'll give you guidance on how to do that. So don't just be oblivious of what's going on. Make sure you're paying attention, because that is a very, very important aspect of life here in America. So we'll keep talking about things that I have learned that I needed to be aware of the first time that I got here, things that helped me through. The information was very valuable to me when I found out, but some of the things that I found out, it was too late in the game, and I had already suffered the consequences. So I'm just letting you guys know these things before, so that at least you can have an idea of what to expect. Once again, if you're new in the US, welcome to the United States. If you won the DV lottery and you've gone through the whole process, congratulations, and keep watching my videos. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys for watching.